All right, ladies and gents, it is your main man Murder in the house with another NGS cast this evening. It's going to be Onslaught up against Hot Boys, who I had an opportunity to cast just last night. I'm going to see if these teams are ready. I don't want to waste your time as always. I'm throwing an R in the chat, and I'm going to assume that they're ready to go because these teams have been excited all day for this matchup. And in talking with a few of these captains during the coin toss, it seems like they want to get to the maps that they want to be on. And let me talk about those maps, because we had Onslaught winning the coin toss, deciding to ban away Towers of Doom. Following that, Rising Star from Hot Boys decided to ban away Battlefield of Eternity. This map number 1 will be Volskaya Foundry. And finishing off the night, we'll be heading to Dragonshire. So far I do see Onslaught is ready. It looks like Rising Star is changing his socks. Actually, could you make Vin our banner? Done deal. There you go, Mr. Vin. Still just waiting on Rising. Just let me know when, man. And then after we hear back, we'll be good to go. So just hang in here for a moment, and hopefully it's not too long, because I know that Rising is playing from the European countries over there, and he is very tired because it's ultra late there. It is the middle of the morning on Saturday for him, and I'm sure he wants to get this match underway as soon as possible. So once he slips on those 2 socks on his feet, assuming he has 2 of them, we'll be ready to go. Volskaya Foundry, though, this is becoming a more and more popular map as of late. I've seen a lot of teams wanting to go here, and I'm kind of curious why it's getting so popular. Ever since the Trilov change that made it a little bit more powerful when you have 2 heroes inside of it, it's actually become a great utility for sieging down towers and forts. So looks like Rising is ready. We're gonna head into this draft. Volskaya Foundry, of course. It's become more and more popular amongst these teams, and the Triglav must be the reason why. So we'll see which team can utilize the space inside those capture points to get the full channel. They need the 100%, and the team who wins the most of those fights will win this map. So you know how the map works. That's it. You win the Triglav, you win the game. And if you're struggling to win them, your win percentage is going to go down considerably on this map, because it's so hard to siege otherwise. There's not really a lot of great merc opportunities. There is the one camp up top, but it really doesn't do that much to towers at all. It's one of those camps that's just, it helps, of course. You'll keep the lane pushed, and you might get a little bit of damage, but it's going to really struggle to get down any forts. Even if it's left up for multiple minutes at a time, it just really doesn't do too much sieging. I want to welcome some viewers in chat. Non-Tech is here, and Double Dom, welcome to the stream this evening. Thank you so much for joining us. Stixa in chat as well, my friend. Thank you so much for joining. It is wonderful as always to see you around the scene. And yeah, so I'm going to be throwing up a poll as we get some more people in here, and it will be who will win Volskaya Foundry, and it'll be up to you guys to decide who your favorite team is here this evening. Let's talk about these bans. We see Hot Boys banning away Malfurion, which is one of those top supports, which leads me to believe they might want to take a Stukov off the top here. And on the side of Onslaught, they've banned away Diablo, who is a top tier tank as of the moment, and is one of those guys who a lot of teams struggle to kill. And there it is. It will be Stukov for Hot Boys, as I predicted. Alright, so now if you're Onslaught, which direction do you want to go? You know that Hot Boys will not have a cleanse. Can they find a way to exploit that? Will they go for some stun lock? There's still tanks like Garrosh available. would be great for them up against a Stukov. I think Stukov gets a little bit of value if he can throw the silence out on top of a Garrosh trying to move in for a flip. It can be a good counter to him. But if the Garrosh can land some sick combos and Stukov doesn't have his silence off cooldown, it can be really tough. This is going to be Stitches and Jaina, and this is a very, 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 and I can't say very enough times, early Stitches here out of Onslaught. This is obviously a comfort pick if they're going to take it this early. And speaking of pick, they are looking to form a pick comp, so they're going to look to get those hooks. They're going to try to keep them locked in with slows from Jaina, and I'd love to see what's going to come out to help supplement the sort of control-based pick comp they're setting up here. There's plenty of heroes still available, of course. They need an off lane, and something like a Blaze would be amazing for them as well, that they can land that jet propulsion on top of a target who just got pulled back by Stitches. There's plenty of different routes they'll be able to go, but this is a patented pick we saw twice out of Hot Boys yesterday. Rising Star is going to be playing the Medivh once again, and it was Volskaya Foundry that they played last night up against Regen Red. That Medivh was played to perfection, and the value provided by the portals and the Force of Will and the polybomb that we saw out of him was just insane. Here they do pick up an ETC, might lead to thinking they'd go into a leyline seal with a mosh pit. However, we will see. Only time will tell, but they do also grab that cow along with their Medivh. Sonya is the next ban played by Onslaught, so they are not interested in having her for their own side in the solo lane, and this is saying they don't want Hot Boys to have it either, so Sonya will be banned away. While we have a moment here, I do want to talk about what you see at the bottom of your screen. It is a bit goal for the Regen Invitational. It's an event I hosted before Season 4, and I am wanting to bring it back to everyone from NGS before Season 5. All of the teams that participate on my stream this season will get an instant invitation to the event. So if you're a fan of Onslaught or if you're a fan of Hot Boys, consider throwing some bits in the chat, because every single bit will go directly towards the prize pool. And we are currently 42.28% of the way to the goal, which is an outstanding achievement. You guys have been blessing me so much and blessing these teams with being able to have this event take place, and huge thanks to everyone who's contributed to this point. We see Uther is the ban for Hot Boys, and Hanzo picked up here in the number 3 slot for Onslaught, as well as a Rhaegar. So there is a cleanse available now, and they also get an ancestral heal, which would be great on that super high health Stitches that they picked up in their first slot. How do they get through that Stitches? He's going to be very, very tanky. They need to find some damage, because so far all they have is a Medivh, a Stukov, and an ETC. These last two picks, one's going to be their solo lane, and one has to be a hyper carry. So we'll see what direction they want to go with it. There's still a lot available, but they need some sort of wave clear as well in their 4-man rotation. So maybe something like a Junkrat they'd want to play. Plenty of control on this map. They could go into a mage, like a Gul'dan is available, might be good to help isolate some of these heroes like a Hanzo or a Rhaegar, and give them plenty of wave clear and sustained damage. Phoenix though is still available, and a Greymane. I don't know which one's going to play the solo lane. Either one can do it about equally as effective. I don't know. But having an ETC and a Phoenix leads me to believe we could actually see a Planet Cracker here on stream tonight, which would be a lot of fun. You get that mosh pit, you throw the Planet Cracker on top. I don't know if you guys saw, but Hawkray posted a video yesterday, and there's a Garrosh as last pick. But Hawkray posted a video yesterday, made it to the top of Reddit, of Phoenix and the plays that he was making, especially with the Planet Cracker at times. It was a lot of fun seeing that video. It's going to be Coach Zach on the Phoenix and Icarus on the Greymane. I think this is telling me it's going to be Coach Zach in the solo lane on Phoenix. We will see. Nonetheless, this draft has concluded, and I'm going to throw the poll up, and I want you guys to tell me who you think is going to win. Welcome to the stream, Ghost Donk. How you doing, man? Thanks for joining tonight. There is the poll. If you want to vote, please use !vote and then the number 1, or excuse me, the number 0 for Onslaught or the number 1 for Hot Boys. And during the match, I'm going to throw up the results and you'll see who you picked, and we're going to have some fun with it. Full Sky of Foundry, though. This is the newest map in Heroes of the Storm. And as I said, it is getting to be a very popular map as teams are figuring out how they want to play it. I'm excited. I'm excited. We did see Hot Boys win a map here last night, so we'll see if they can pull that off again.
Commence combat preparations.
Alright, on the left-hand side, we have Onslaught. The captain, Chetjan's going to be on Hanzo. Zeus is going to play Rhaegar. The Vin Show on Garrosh. Malistar on Stitches, and Erd is going to play the Jaina. On the right hand side, we have Hot Boys. Coach Zach going to play the Phoenix. Icarus on Greymane. Frost Absol is going to be your ETC. Roya going to play his Stukov. And once again, as always now, the captain, Rising Star in the air on the Medivh. Alright, so let's take a quick peek around at some of these level 1 talents. We have Stitches starting his Slam build, and a Q build is going to be played by Jaina so far. We have Wolfheart by Greymane. We have Mobile Offense, which is my favorite pick because it works so well on the Warp build on Phoenix. And that is a Portal Mastery coming out from Medivh, and we'll see if he is a master indeed. Excuse me there on that little mouse movement. And what a hook, landing on the ETC. Not exactly the target they want, but Garrosh is nearby as well, and he's going to get the flip on Frost. The portal will be used there by ETC to move back to safety, and here we go on the lane split. Indeed, it will be Phoenix, and for Onslaught, it's actually going to be Stitches, so we'll see how that works out. But I would fully imagine, even if Phoenix gets hooked, he has his warp to safety, so I would fully expect the Hot Boys to be winning that matchup in the long run. There's going to be a walk forward by Garrosh, not going to find anything, actually throws out his slam there, doesn't connect onto anything, and the rotations will continue for both of these teams. This wave at mid crashed a bit. Both teams missed a few of the minions, but it's okay. It was about even on how much was missed. And Blizzard being used by Jaina to effectively clear this so far. The wave clear, it's really going to depend on Greymane for Hot Boys right now, and he doesn't want to be jumping in up against the Garrosh. I really like that last pick Onslaught took. Seeing that the Greymane was the pick, he really struggles up against the Garrosh because he wants to get in Morgan form, and he just can't do it at times. There we did see Medivh flying up top to pick up that wave clear, and staying mid was the rest of the team. Greymane and Rhaegar are going to split out on time to their camps here. Icarus should have a very quick clear on his. 2 players are going to be needed to get the one side of Onslaught. So, a little bit of catch-up time maybe in this mid lane. And they're actually, okay, now they're going to move back to him. Look like they might have missed a few of those minions there, but they got there. Rising Star still up top. He's up against Vin. And I haven't seen much going on bot lane, but it looks like they are playing very safe. I haven't seen the health bars move at all. Of course, Phoenix, his health bar rarely ever moves anyway because of the shielding he gets. Actually, not seeing him use his other attack mode. What did I just hit? Sorry. I need to hit E again. Okay, there we go. Sorry. But I like to see him use his other attack mode. He actually moved into target acquired. Okay. Not my favorite. I would have liked to see the warp, but that's fine. It's fine. He's gonna get some extra damage with slows, and of course they have a Stukov who provides some of those slows, and we do have this loudspeakers picked up, so he gets a slow later on, I believe, as you can see, so that'll help apply some slows as well. Frosto taking a ton of damage right there by the Hanzo. Hook coming out, not connecting on Frost, but if it did, might have been a dangerous situation for him. Trying to pick up 6, but it looks like Hot Boys are playing the top wave and Phoenix still playing the bottom wave right now. They're looking to get to level 7 here. And I don't know if they're going to get it in time, because already at 50% is Onslaught here on this middle capture point A, of course. Jaina's up top right now, and here comes Hot Boys. Jaina will be missing from this fight. If they can take this engagement right now, this is what they're looking for, but there is a turret played up front. Garrosh is going to land his stun, and there's the flip onto Frost Absol. ETC is in trouble. He's about 30% health right now. No one able to move onto this point now because their tank is so low, and they only have an ETC as their front line. Here's Jaina now showing up to fight, throwing a great blizzard, a great force of will. Going to protect ETC from dying, and the damage is actually coming out on the other side. It's a lot of Phoenix right now. Frost is so low, gets another force of will to protect himself, but he's only at 380 health right now. They're going to have to figure out a way to get those health bars back up, and here's some wave clear at mid. Both teams should have level 7 about the same time. Caps were just used by Onslaught, but health bars are still favoring the Hot Boys, and they have a turret down right now. Vincho moving in. The silence is played by Stukov, going to give Garrosh an opportunity to move away, and Frost is sitting in that silence, taking so much damage. But of course, this is Stukov. His healing is so good, and he's able to keep his team alive with that one good spread. It's reducing his cooldown of his bio kill switch every time it reaches 3 targets. So sustained healing is on point right now for the Stukov, and it's so much more than Rhaegar can provide. Even with that totem of healing you see there in a great spot that can't be targeted right now by Hot Boys. So it's going to depend on how this Hanzo and Jaina can do in unison, and right now they're syncing up on ETC. They're looking for a kill, not going to find it, except they do have Greymane, first blood of the game, going over to Onslaught. Will there be a counter kill here? It's actually a double kill, both tanks falling, and it's a mixture of Phoenix and Medivh picking those up. Great work by Hot Boys to get in on that point while it was at 100%. They make it happen, and they take the double kill there at the end. Outstanding effort. I do want to say thank you for that follow. That was Shani Ninja. You are a gentleman and a scholar. Thank you so much for joining the RG family. So it's a triple soak right now. Phoenix up top, picking up that wave. Down bot, it is ETC collecting some XP for his team as well. The Triglav is working down towers, trying to siege away. The laser stripe on the ground actually missing some of the structures there. It's unfortunate, you hate to see it, but they're not quite able to get that tower down. They might have been able to do it if that laser connected, but not to worry. They do have a full level lead after that. Coach Zach in trouble, but of course he has his warp back to safety. And here's a 4-man coming out from the Hot Boys. They have their ETC bottom. I'm sure they want to get Frost out of there so he can get up to his team. They're sending ETC to a camp, and it looks like they are sending Phoenix down, so the rotation is coming out. Let's look at some of these level 7 talents, though. We do have combat advantage. Plasma Cutter is going to do a little more damage, so he's trying to get all the slow stuff going. And we do have Wizened Duelist from Greymane, so he will be getting a little bit more scary as the game goes on if he can start collecting stacks off of these heroes. Our ultimates for Hot Boys are starting to click in here. It's Mosh Pit, go for the throat. Polybomb is actually the play for Medivh. We have Flailing Swipe, and this is the pick we're waiting on from Phoenix. Will it be Planet Cracker, or will it be Purification Salvo? And indeed it will be that salvo. Going for this camp right now, a little bit risky because level 10s are so close for Onslaught, and it looks like they're going to have the scouting available here from Hanzo. There it is. The Sonic Arrow is played, and it does reveal that Hot Boys are on this support camp. Will anyone engage on it? They will not. Icarus grabs the support item, and now it's just a matter of waiting for capture point B. We're not too far away from it. I think it should be coming in the next 30 seconds or so. It's going to be enough time to get a few more waves of soak. Medivh moving down bottom onto the Stitches. And we have a Greymane moving over to collect a turret on their own side. However, he has the support item in hand, so he's going to need to get Medivh to come over. And look at this, an invade coming out from Onslaught. Hot Boys doesn't see it yet, eyes in the dark, and they get Greymane to safety, but stealing the camp away is Onslaught. picking up that turret is Vin, and what a gutsy play there, taking the invade on even levels, and it's a success. Onslaught stealing away the camp and the turret, and a little bit of a miscommunication. There wasn't vision provided by Medivh on that. I think they saw it towards the end, but it was just a little bit too late to get anyone in there, and it was just a great aggressive movement that came out from the full team of Onslaught, and you love to see that sort of coordination come out. A great face melt by ETC to keep himself safe. The hook comes out, not going to connect, clashes into the wall of the mid fort. Level 13s will be collected soon for Hot Boys. They have been spending more time soaking. Currently, Medivh is down on the bottom. I fully expect them to prioritize a 13 pickup. There it is, Medivh moving back down to the bottom, looking for more of this XP, and at mid is Stukov and ETC doing all the destruction they can there on those minions. Up top, need to be careful, Coach Zach and Icarus, because a Garrosh is nearby looking for the stun. Connects on both as there's the toss. Gonna land on Phoenix. The taunt comes as well. He will not get the safety. That's a kill on a very, very greedy positioning out from Coach Zach there on his Phoenix. Did not have his level 13, did not have his team. We saw the Garrosh was nearby, but he stood in there and wanted to help get the XP for his team, and that's going to cost them some channel time. 72%, and that should be more than enough here for Onslaught to pick up the second Triglav of the game. I do not expect a play to come out from Hot Boys here. Now, of course, you have ETC falling low. The mosh pit dancing in a blizzard. Not going to do it for him. Frost Absol is down. So, taking 2 kills down that talent tier. Of course, the first one they were still on even tier, but they get that one down the talent tier, but they were up a man, and the Triglav is theirs. They're going to work down some of these towers. It's rotating to mid currently, and not the best of laser positioning. Would love to see it more targeted on the entire wall in both towers, but they're just walking it down to bot. They want to get this well, because capture point C is the next capture point. There's another laser, not optimized, but they're still able to work through these towers quickly. But would love to see a bit more min-max out of this Triglav Protector. Here it is, though. It's on the fort. They're working back some of these members with their Garrosh. The laser that time trying to connect on some heroes, but not going to be the case. They get the fort down. Nexus as well. They want to get it down before this next capture point is available down here at the bottom, and they get it. They are now going to take the rotation with 15 seconds left on the Triglav, and there goes the wall, and there goes this tower. They get it. Level 14 now to 13, and Onslaught has taken their lead in this game, and the first fort of the game down. They currently have the lead 3-2 in kills. And let's take a look at who's been knocking these kills home. It's Hanzo, 2 on the side of Onslaught. Yeah, 1 for both the Phoenix and Medivh, and of course 1 for the Jaina as well. 3-2 right now. Level 14 to level 14. Here's another play on this turret. Will any sort of invade come this time? The answer is no. Frost is going to have to pick up that turret, but it's sitting on top of the portal. They don't get it. Portal positioning OP. Rising going to fly over the wall and grab it for his team, though. Phoenix plays out the siege camp up top. And now is an opportunity to start looking at this support camp, because it is available. Both teams are fully aware. Here comes Hot Boys with a portal, throwing it down to make sure no one's here. They don't have vision on that push, but there's a great play onto it. Now they do. The mosh pit coming out, only connecting on Garrosh. Going to get the cleanse from Rhaegar. There's a great dragon arrow on the back line, and the Ring of Frost was enough to secure the kill on Medivh. Frost now having to slide away. Flailing swipe used to disengage the team, and another great counter engagement there by Onslaught, and so close to 16. They grab the support camp. They're going to get the last bit of soak they need with this slam build Stitches, and there it is, level 16 picked up for Onslaught. And here we go. Earthshaker is the play for Garrosh. We have a continuation of the slam build. It's pulverized. The slows are going to start coming in from Stitches. Northern Exposure, Earth Grasp Totem, and there it is. The Giant Slayer going to work down ETC a bit. It's the hook. You don't see that every day, finishing off the tower. And the camp is played on the top left by Rhaegar. Now joining the team, they're going to want to get this middle fort down, because once these structures are down, it's so hard for Hot Boys to move around the map. And there's nothing they can do here except hook in that Phoenix, but Warp played perfectly because there was no stun from the Garrosh to follow that one up on after that hook. So the safety is Phoenix. They gotta try to start finding more of this soak. ETC is playing it deep, but he knows the rotation could be coming. Medivh's gonna have it scouted, but having to back up now is ETC. Medivh's gonna try to stay close, keep the scouting on, make sure he gets any XP that's gonna fall here. Level 16 almost here. We see control point C is just about to spawn in 20 seconds. Level 16 is finally picked up, but a great hook and a taunt onto Greymane. The Force of Will 3 absorption was placed, so he didn't take a lot of damage, but there's a Ring of Frost connecting on 2. It's ETC and Greymane in trouble. Dragon's arrow is not played. Okay, it was played. And a portal forward. Look at this. The mosh pit coming out, connecting on 3. Instantly going to be booped away, thrown away by the Garrosh. But they do pick up the Garrosh kill. Now Stitches, he's surrounded by members. The Polybomb's played. 50% health. He's now stunned and ripped apart by Greymane and Phoenix. Outstanding. Man, I don't know. Alpha Killer's played. I guess it makes sense because it's Stitches and Garrosh, but when you have the slows from Phoenix, I maybe want to see the Executioner, but man, it's close. Someone's got to do the math for me on that. I'm not a fan of this turret dropping early either. No one's here contesting, wasting already 25% of its cooldown, or its duration bar rather. So you're not going to get min-max value on this turret here, which is unfortunate. However, they are likely to win this control point C uncontested, so maybe it doesn't matter anyway. Greymane's up top, and I think Onslaught knows it, so Icarus is going to have to make his way down as these members start respawning. Here comes Stitches, and Garrosh, of course, already on the field, 87% right now. Will anyone from Onslaught make a play onto the point? Now, we do see this turret. It has fully expired without any use, but it doesn't matter. 100% is made, and Triglav on the field for Hot Boys. So far we have Phoenix inside, and now we see Greymane inside as well, so both the damage dealers in here. They're not going to have much siege outside of this Triglav, but they will have a tank and a healer. Medivh, of course, is in there. Maybe would have liked to have seen him in, but he'll be able to provide a little bit of vision and portaling. They just want to get this fort down, but they don't have their Greymane, they don't have their Phoenix, so they actually don't have a lot of damage. And with Garrosh up front on the CTC, it's getting really annoying for Frost to stay healthy, and this Triglav doesn't get much value. It pretty much just dies by the hands of Jaina and Hanzo, and it's only got 4% health. They do not have a fort here, so this could totally be an engagement here from Onslaught. The portal is played. It's going to get everyone to safety. Great timing there by Medivh. Great timing on the portal, knowing that his team was going to need it at that exact moment. To safety, but they still have not gotten a structure down in this game. And the full level lead still here for Onslaught. We're even on kills, 4-4. Let's take a look again. It's Phoenix now with 2. We still have 2 from Hanzo on the left-hand side. Stitches picked up 1 earlier. Here comes a play on the support camp. Medivh providing vision. Oh wow, what a great slide, and the mosh was used to single out Rhaegar. You hate to see your support down, but Frost, he gets knocked away with that throw. The swipe comes out, but they do get the kill onto ETC. It's Hanzo picking that one up. So a great 1-for-1. It's a healer for a tank, but now no front line available for Hot Boys, and they got to figure out how they're going to play this. The support camp's still on the map. Looks like they're going to play it a bit slow. I don't see what's going on here. Looks like it's off cooldown. I don't have an icon on my map right now, unfortunately. Hot Boys going to move to their siege camp as they see the siege was picked up by Onslaught on the other side of the map. Really, what Onslaught is waiting on right now is this level 20 pickup, because they're so close. They have about 10% of this level 19 left to go, and this support camp should be enough. They definitely are able to get this because there's nothing that Hot Boys can do without their ETC, and indeed there it is, level 20. They now have 2 support items, So moving on to control point A coming up, this is going to be a very tough battle for Hot Boys. They do have a support camp of their own and a turret. So opportunity to make the play, but up against 2 support camps, it is difficult. We'll see. Yeah, and we do see it now. ETC working down the turret on their side, but he's not the fastest at sieging that down, which does leave the opportunity for Onslaught to take down another fort. That's their 3rd in the game. They're now up 6-3 on structures. ETC still alone down here. It doesn't look like anyone's going to join him, and I think Onslaught's going to have enough time to potentially get down here. Yeah, it looks like Vincho, he's ready to go, and Frost, all that work for nothing, has to back away. They're down that level 20 tier, and Onslaught playing the advantage to perfection, moves in for the 2nd time in the game onto that fortification camp, grabbing away the turret. Now they have another tool here for control point A. And without level 20, Hot Boys, they got to scramble for some XP here really quick. There's not much they can do. Of course, Medivh providing the vision, ETC nearby, but they have to prioritize some XP here. And sitting around with this garage is not what they want. I think the stun, is just going to miss. Vin not going to get it, but does land the flip and the taunt. Hanzo coming through with the damage. Reabsorption's played. There's a great warp out, and the poly bomb picking up a kill on that garage, down a talent tier and stealing away that turret that was stolen away from them. Hot Boys back in this game, and now they're gonna have level 20 off of this wave here. Phoenix gets it. Yeah, there it is. And let's peek at these talents really quick. It's the Guardian of Tirisfal right now. A great Ring of Frost connecting on the 3. The silence, though, wonderfully played by Roya. He's going to lock down any sort of damage, but locking it down is the Stitches. They get the ETC Ancestral Heal, keeping Stitches back up, but he's so big that the health, it's just not enough when you got an alpha killer Greymane ripping through your health bar. Alright, so we have Coach Zach and Stukov on the field. Just now, we see Controlled Chaos from Stukov, but no level 20 yet from Phoenix. He's got to pick up something, and I'm expecting it's his indestructible shield talent that he can get at level 20. We'll see if that's what he wants to do. But right now, Hot Boys, what a great play there. They're able to pick up that kill on the Garrosh on the back of that polybomb by the Medivh, who's just so well played. And Garrosh now just respawning. Will be even strength on the map, except you got to give advantage to Onslaught actually having a tank that's available to walk into this capture point. 70% now is the amount controlled by Hot Boys. Holding a silent circle there is Stukov, trying to keep a little vision is Medivh. Here comes Garrosh, connecting the stun onto Phoenix. Will he get the toss? The swipe 1 is enough to get Phoenix back to safety. He did pick up Unconquered Spirit, so that is the fatal damage. Get a shield. 65%, and ETC is running here, waiting for the team. 91 on the side of Hot Boys. They're going to make this re-engagement. Here's the portal now walking in, I believe. Mosh Pit, yeah, still 9 seconds until they have it. I'd love to see them wait it out if they can. 5 seconds now on Mosh Pit. Can they keep Frost Absol healthy enough for 1 more second? Looks like there's a chance. It's a 5-man. No! It's only 3 and swiped out. The miscommunication. The Stukov knocking players out, but a death mosh is also here. Can Phoenix get a kill? No, the ancestral heal is going to bring Jaina back to life. They do get one on the backside, but it is a 3 for 2. Can Phoenix get the safety? The portal is there, but it's in the wrong spot. He can't do it. Phoenix falling, make it a 2 for 4. And a Triglav for Onslaught. And this is 22 minutes in the game, level 21 to 21. It's got to be a keep here. Got to be a keep. Of course, this fort is going to fall probably to these minions, but what does it matter? Triglav marching its way to the mid, it looks like. And I don't think there's much Hot Boys can do right now. It's still going to be 20 seconds till they get ETC. It's just this Greymane. He does have Alpha Killer, which will act upon this Triglav, but he's not even shooting it. He's so scared right now. He's just like, all right, I'm gonna play safe. I'd love to see some ranged attacks at least here. But here it is. ETC is now spawning. Triglav not moving core, still down too many members. They're gonna work down a well top, and they're gonna try to aim down this wall. But look, this Triglav is behind the wall with no escape, so this is free damage here for Greymane. Stacked up on top of his ETC, there is a globe there. No one's gonna get it. Yeah, didn't actually get that globe, but that is a 36% Triglav. It's only gonna get the 1 keep, so not the end of the world for Hot Boys. They're gonna have another chance to get back in this game, but structure count 4 to 2. kills are pretty close to even, 10-9 currently in favor of Onslaught. Still so much that can happen in this game, but 20 seconds, 28 seconds still on this timer. Onslaught looks like they want to make a push. There's a root from the Triglav onto ETC, but he does have a power slide away. There goes that well at mid. Now 15 seconds. Do they want to get this fort? It looks like, yeah, the keep is going to be the play up top. They're going to start whittling it down with their full team Hanzos here, Rhaegar and Garrosh, but they need the Jaina. The Jaina is the siege damage. That's what they need, and she's inside, so not able to do it. Here comes an aggressive portal. Will the play come out? The mosh pit interrupted, but it does go on the short cooldown. 6 seconds left until he can try to do it again. Great damage there, and the Ancestral has to be played onto the Garrosh. Now, mosh pit back up, but it's the Death Mosh that's played. A third time connecting, and that's, oh, the swipes again! Knocking Garrosh out of range to be finished by the Phoenix. The warp's gonna be played back. Slowed and hooked is Greymane. A double kill, and I hate to see it, but I think the Stukov, for a second time in a row in these team fights, just swiped away the members of Onslaught in spots that should have been kills. And I think this, yeah, that hook and potential kill here onto Medivh, and he's down. That has got to be game. It's a 3-for-0, a triple kill for Onslaught. And at level 23, 25 minutes into this game, this core is going to go down so fast. Stukov trying to do what he can with the silence, but there's just not enough. He's hooked back. The shielding is almost down. The swipe of the controlled chaos coming out. Actually, there is a purification salvo, but again, it's not nearly enough. There's nothing they can do here. 30%, 20%, and GG. Game number 1 going over to Onslaught. And what a great late game performance on that control point A at the end, winning that fight, taking the keep, and then, of course, seeing all of the players be patient enough to wait for the respawns to get down there with the end of the health bar on that Triglav to make it so they got some of the structural damage down on the top lane, picking up some of the kills. A bit unfortunate for Hot Boys with the anti-synergy on some of those ults at the end, but nonetheless, I can't take anything away. That was Onslaught's map pick, and they held on it, taking map number 1 on Volskaya. I'm going to wait a couple minutes and throw out the results of that poll. And while I am setting up the next game, I'm going to take a short break. I'm going to put you on the AFK screen. Thank you so much for joining tonight. This is a Division C East matchup between Onslaught and Hot Boys. I will be right back. All right, ladies and gentle beans, we are back. We saw game one, Volskaya Foundry, Onslaught taking it over Hot Boys in a late game affair. I believe it was 24 minutes or so. Taking it on the back of a fourth Triglob of the game and picking up some kills after it died, and then moving on to core with their Jaina Hanzo, Stitches, Garrosh, and Rhaegar picking up the win on map number 1. We are in lobby right now waiting to hear back from Hot Boys if they're ready to go. I do want to welcome some viewers to the stream. My boy Skyarch is here, as well as my other boy So Lucky. Thank you for stopping in. I see Judge Bread in the house, Nem Avenger. Thank you for joining. Thank you so much. Looks like Rising is having Nam flashbacks right now, so we're going to wait on him to return to his desk at his keyboard and throw an R in this chat for me so I know both teams are ready. The second map of the day will be Dragon Shire. I'm going to throw a poll in chat. If you want to vote, please use !vote, and you will vote with a 0 for Onslaught or a 1 for Hot Boys. And there's the poll. You'll see it 2 minutes before you hear me say this. But it is there. Still waiting on Rising. But let's hear in chat. What are you guys thinking of this matchup so far? I know there's a big matchup going on right now. HGC North America, currently Team Freedom facing off against my boys Gale Force Esports. You see my shirts on right now, rooting for GFE. Been my squad for some time. Back to the Crowan days. Of course, I'm probably a bit more of a Heroes Hearth fan these days. Been following Crowan for so long, and once he made it back into the pro circuit, I was like, all right, I'm all on this team. So Heroes Hearth, my main squad. But tonight it's GFE, man. That's who we're rooting for this evening. If you're a Team Freedom fan or if you're a GFE fan, throw some love in my chat for either of those teams. Let's see what you guys want. Currently, it looked like Team Freedom was up 2-0. They're on Towers of Doom. It looked like a slight lead for GFE last during the break when I turned it on for a moment. Still waiting on Rising, which gives you guys time to consider throwing some bits out there. And there it is, Skyarch Hots with the 500 bits, baby. That's going towards the Regen Invitational. Team Skyarch will be an invitee to that event, so directly contributing to the prize pool. 500 bits coming through. Thank you so much for that. You'll love to see it, guys. This is going to be an outstanding event, as it was before Season 4. I'm so excited to get to host it once again. And hosting once again is another NGS game. This is Dragon Shire. The draft is ready. Rising finally made it back, and here we are in the draft. This time we will see Onslaught with the first ban. This was the map selection from Hot Boys during the coin flip. And Dragon Shire the play. I haven't seen Hot Boys play this map yet, I don't believe. So we'll see what their priority is. I'm not exactly sure. Wouldn't be surprised to see more Medivh play. They have a high priority on the hero. They've played him now 3 games consecutively on my stream over the past 2 nights. Diablo, though, is the ban off the top again from Onslaught. They do not want to play against the Lord of Terror. And Garrosh was so good in game number 1, and Hot Boy says not again. Onslaught not going to have the opportunity to play their Garrosh here on Dragonshire. First pick, though, what will it be? And this will be very telling. Last game, we saw a Stitches come off the top as the first pick. Who will they decide on this time, as they only get 1 selection here? What will they want to do? Junkrat. All right, so a new hero in this matchup. We didn't see him game number 1, where I think Junkrat is one of his best maps. Excuse me, just drank that soda too quick. Junkrat is the play, Yeah, the other map, Volskaya, I think he's so good because he can help on the control point with his traps and his concussion mine. But we see him here in Dragonshire. He's going to have plenty of poke. And, sorry, I forgot to read the cheer from Skyarch. She says, I guess I did cheer, Kappa. He was talking to me during the break and said, I'm cheering. And then he actually did come in here and cheer. Did you change your name? Like, I thought your name was... Oh, I'm so confused. You were Sukiyachia, and now you're Skyarch Hots. Okay. New Twitch account for Skyarch. I like it. I like it. Now I know who you are. I'm not confused. Although I wasn't very confused in the first place, but... Junkrat, and here it goes. Time has expired for these picks. It's going to be Stukov and Hanzo. I like seeing the Hanzo. I think the range will help match what Junkrat can provide on the other side. The Dragon's Arrow is such a great play that they can do. The sieging, of course. He's going to be able to take camps quickly. And the poke off of the middle dragon will help a bit. They're going to suffer a bit on wave clear. Oh, wow. Okay, so all three assassins have now been shown. Junkrat, Chromie, and Alarak for Onslaught. And Chromie, very annoying hero to play against. Of course, there's no cleanse on the side of Hot Boys. Picking up that Stukov again. This is the healer that they prioritize more than anything. And he suffers by not having cleanse. So we'll see if the temporal loop is going to be the play from Chromie, and if she can connect and put the damage forth on some of these heroes from Hot Boys. I would fully expect it to be the case, and with an Alarak, it's going to provide a little more lockdown, and they're going to be able to keep the silence just like Stukov is going to try to do. It's really going to depend on how well this player can control the hero, because he can be very impactful in a lot of situations. Rhaegar banned away. I don't know if this is a comfort pick for Onslaught. They're going to ban away a Sonya yet again. So the same exact bans here for Onslaught. It worked in game number 1, and they want to ride that through here in map number 2 with the Diablo and the Sonya bans. Picks 3 and 4 for Hot Boys. They have their healer. They have pretty strong damage in Hanzo. They need a soul lane. They need a tank. And they probably want some other form of damage to pair along with this Hanzo. Probably some sort of mage. Wouldn't be surprised to see a Jaina for them or a Kael'thas. They need something that's going to work up against this Alarak. Of course, the Phoenix and the Maiev are still available. Wouldn't be surprised to see Phoenix here again. What is the pick going to be? Or picks, rather. Still plenty of routes they can go. 5 seconds left for Hot Boys. Thrall and Varian. Okay, so lockdown here in form of Varian. Thrall can play the solo lane if they want. They could play another Bruiser and keep Varian as the main tank, which might actually be the play. Not 100% certain, but we'll see. Skyarch says, yeah, I just changed it. Well, dude, good change. Good change. Great change. Ariel is a healer. Is she? Is she a healer? We'll find out. She's going to be played here by Onslaught. And a little bit suspect, but she does have an Aegis that can help save any players that are about to die. We'll see if that's the case. But does she have a good enough battery to provide enough healing support for her team? That is the greatest question. And of course, if Varian can get a good taunt play onto Ariel, she's really going to struggle to get any sort of escape for herself. Oh man, that's really scary for Onslaught. I don't know. When you still have Malfurion up there, I don't know why they're not prioritizing him. Instead, it's Ariel. And pick number 5, the last one here left for Hot Boys. What direction do they want to go? It could be another Bruiser. If they want to leave Thrall in the 4-man, they could throw... Oh man, it's still available. Why don't we see it? Medivh, again, available. 4 games in a row. Hot Boys are playing Medivh and Stukov. I like it. Are they switching? Wait, what's Hanzo going to be played by Rising Star? Okay, no. There they go. Okay, they switched it. Rising's gonna play the Medivh. Okay. Coach Zach on the Hanzo. Icarus is gonna play that Thrall. Okay, that makes sense. Makes sense. So loading in game number 2. If you haven't voted yet in chat, exclamation point vote. Use 0 for Onslaught or 1 for Hot Boys. Currently, it looks like the vote is tied 1-1, with Double Dom voting for Onslaught and Sky Arch Hots voting for Hot Boys. Who's gonna break that tie? Who do we think's gonna win? I'd love to see a definitive selection here from the chat. I need to stay hydrated. We're about an hour into this stream, and I want to make sure I don't. Well, there we go. Switch scene. I want to make sure I don't run out of my voice at all. All right, but let's introduce these teams. On the left-hand side, we have Onslaught. Chetjan, the captain on Junkrat. Zeus going to play the Ariel. The Vin Show on the Pleb Horse, Johanna and Skin. Erd going to play Chromie, and Malistar on the Alarak. On the right-hand side, we have Hot Boys. Frost Absol going to play Varian. Icarus on Thrall. Roya once again on Stukov. Coach Zach going to play the Hanzo. And up in the air, as usual, it's your captain of Hot Boys, Rising Star. All right, peeking at these level 1 talents, we see Lion's Maw, of course, and it is put some English on it from the Junkrat, so a little extra travel distance on those. We have a block reinforce is the play from Johanna, and it's Redemption from Hanzo, as well as Echo of the Elements from Thrall. So this is definitely signaling to me Thrall in the solo lane, of course, as projected with only the Varian tank. No other bruiser available. Thrall will do a fine job up top. It's going to be up against an Alarak, and this is actually going to be a matchup I want to keep an eye on, because if Alarak can play it correctly, he might actually be able to beat this Thrall, and we'll see what happens there in that matchup. Really no true tank on the side of Hot Boys right now, so they're going to have to play it a bit safe. What a great force of will there by Medivh. Just like, all right, Chromie, you want to shoot me? Here you go. Force of will. Protect. Some of that agile dismount there from Hanzo, hopping over the wall and picking up the XP at mid. Both teams are staying about on par so far, but actually does look like Onslaught has the better of it. Half-level lead. I missed where they picked that up. It must have been at the bottom with that rotation a little bit sooner. Level 2s, both teams. They gotta wait for 4 for Varian to make anything happen. Chromie working through this bush, and a little bit of vision provided by the Junkrat as well, playing that concussion mine forward, where now he's at the middle. So he has a little bit of a global play on that concussion mine if he wants to pop it. If he sees Roya step on the right spot, maybe he pops it and puts him into his tank. And Roya is really trying to bait this out, and it does get used there finally by Junkrat, but did knock Stukov in a position that really benefited of his team. Silence being played on the other side of the bush there, but Condemn going to interrupt it. So Silence no more from Stukov. Blind and Iron Skin also played by Vinshow. So close to level 4. Of course, Varian is the one who is desperately waiting for it. And there it is, level 4 picked up, and we can fully expect this to be a taunt, and indeed it is a taunt. Does he find the Vinshow? Very deep here, low on health. There it is, the taunt comes out. Will the silence? No silence in time to prevent that Iron Skin, so escaping is going to be Johanna. Would have loved to see the silence played there. I don't know if it was ready yet, if it was on cooldown or not on cooldown. But yeah, would have loved to see a bit more discipline waiting for that play there. Let's actually take a look here at the top. If you have a moment, it's pretty even so far. Bot, we do see controlled by Hot Boys, but top, it's Alarak so far. Icarus having a bit of trouble. Avoids the pullback and silence there. Bot side, though, we do see Johanna falling low, 20% health. Gonna wait for a heal from Ariel. Gets it. But it appears that once this level 4 is clicked in, that this is definitely in favor of Hot Boys down here. And the wave clear department for both teams is kind of suspect, so they're bringing down the Junkrat. They want to start pushing this lane back out, and with Junkrat here, they're able to move on to this point. A little bit of miscommunication. The concussion mine knocked away from that Chromie blast that was about to drop onto 2 members. Condemns played up front, and her Q swipe, but a escape by Johanna, able to get back, grabbing more heals from Ariel. He's actually getting a bit more hope than I expected so far. Zeus keeping all the members down here in the bot alive for the most part. Another condemn coming through. This time it's on Rising Star and Roya. The taunt, though, onto Chromie. Can they find the kill? No, another great heal from Ariel. Sidestepping that blast was Frost Absol, keeping his health up. And is going to be able to get a couple globes and a bio kill switch there from Stukov. So he's pretty healthy again himself. Now up top, it's Thrall moving on to the point. Going to get silenced by Alarak, but not as scared because here's Hanzo. Hanzo has made it up top. They're looking for a gank attempt onto this Alarak. Got to keep an eye on the bottom as well because this is currently controlled by Hot Boys. And if they can stall this out, they can have Hanzo at mid. He's moving on to it. Will they be able to prevent this from happening? Junkrat's there, of course. He's going to be so great at delaying that capture. So it's going to be a nothing burger here for a moment. Top's taken back by Alarak. Bot still in control of Hot Boys. And here goes. Maybe an attempt at the Ariel, but not quite in range is the damage. It's just Medivh here for Hot Boys. Currently not enough damage to lock through a taunt. Hourglass played in the bush. It's going to be prevented there by Medivh. And yeah, it's going to have to be this top lane matchup. Someone's going to have to win it definitively to really turn us around. We have Echo is complete by Thrall, so he's doing a bit more Q damage. Down bottom, Johanna playing really far up from. That time we saw a silence and prevented the Iron Skin for a minute, but Johanna able to move out of it quickly. A lot of damage there by Hot Boys. Now having Coach Zach here on Hanzo, really ripping through some of these health bars. Medivh having to play passive. He did finish his Arcane Rift, his baseline quest talent. But I just don't feel it's enough damage. I really need Hanzo here to do what they want to do. Of course, Varian's not going to do enough himself, right? So they need to figure out a way to keep Hanzo in this rotation down to his team, but he's doing a great job of getting all the soak at mid and preventing the range advantage Junkrat has otherwise. They could collapse on this here right now. Johanna is very low. There's a full health bar from Ariel. She's going to have to use it. Iron Skin comes out from Johanna as well. Now moving on to this point is Chromie. Is she lost here? Will they find this Chromie? I think taunt's available. 6 seconds actually. We do see a timer, but Hanzo didn't even need the taunt, picking up first blood there on Chromie. And this could be what they need to get this capture, but up top, Thrall's still having trouble on Alarak. He's not able to take the advantage yet. Malistar doing a great job playing on that hero. Icarus, bit of trouble, still avoiding a lot of it. Let's look at some of these Discord strike stacks. Not really getting too much work done, but getting work done right here is Johanna and Junkrat working on Hanzo. The concussion mine, unfortunately, going to blast him in the wrong direction. Hanzo lives, uses a tap. He's going to be able to get back down in this fight and help his team on this bot shrine. Here comes Hanzo and Chromie to this fight. Vincho very low, though. Stukov trying to keep Varian alive. Medivh is flying in as well. Hanzo very low on health. Gonna wait on Stukov here. What a great concussion mine, knocking Roya forward. Stukov in trouble. Gonna drop to 60% health, but he's still alive. A taunt played here on Ariel. And the Dragon's Arrow with a Polybomb. Will they get it? No, they can't finish it off. And now level 10s are coming online for Onslaught as well. That was a very great attempt, but it didn't quite work. Will they get this off? What a wait there. Waits out the force of will. Rising Star taking so much damage. Has to back to as well. And this is going to give Onslaught an opportunity to move in, but Hanzo ripping through the Junkrat. And Chromie tried to get the counter kill with the temporal loop, but it wasn't enough. Control point back in the hands of Hot Boys here on the bot side, but same story up top. It's still Alarak leading the way on the upper side of this map. That is a blue permanent shrine, and they're going to need someone to make this rotation up there. Is it going to be Hanzo? Is it going to be Medivh? Someone has to get up there and help the Thrall because he's really struggling up against Alarak right now. He's not able to clear the waves as efficiently, and he's not able to move on to that point. It's been pushed up on his own side. There's a great pull in and the silence, and yeah, it's just it's tough. It's really tough to get on there. I don't think this Chaos Reigns is working because I'm sure that I just saw a silence over Thrall's head, so this must not be ticking in for some reason. I don't know why that's bugged. Chromie picking up her level 12 talent. Still hasn't selected it. We'll see where she goes. Concussion mine in a great spot. Gonna boop Rising Star over the wall, and it puts Stukov way out of this fight. A blast coming from Chromie. Now Roya taking a lot of damage there. The polybomb's played, but there's an Aegis gonna keep Vincho alive for now. Has to use Iron Skin to safety, and he's gonna get away, but can Hanzo rip through Ariel? No, not able to get it. Temporal Loop was played again on Roya, but he's gonna have a bio kill switch here, I'm assuming, and be healthy once again. So honestly, for me, it's the sustained healing from Stukov that's keeping them alive, and it's not going to be until Chromie can finish his Sandblast baseline quest until she gets a lot more damage that's going to help kill some of these members. They're just way too sturdy right now, especially with the double protect from Varian as well as Medivh. She's got to finish her quest, and we'll see if that happens. Right now, it is a 4v4 here on the bot side. The jump in by Varian, looking to finish off Chromie, but not enough damage there. Concussion Mine knocking Medivh into a wall. Johanna gonna fall, make it 3 now. 3 kills for Hot Boys. They control this bot side again, but it's still same story. Top side controlled by Alarak, and Thrall has to find a way to get up there. This is the first time we're seeing either team move on to a siege camp, and this is another kill here. It's Junkrat getting out of position, and Varian moving in very quickly, getting that taunt and the secured kill. Oh my god, Raven form saving Medivh at the last moment. Chromie would have had that kill there. But there's a camp stolen away by Hot Boys, and this is going to start sieging away on this bot side, and this might be what they need to open up this bot lane permanently for them. Another connect by Chromie there. Doesn't hit the Q. But I think Hot Boys are content with just keeping their game plan of control this bot side, do what we can to make sure no one's moving on to this bottom shrine, and just protect it with our lives. Protect it with lives. That's all they have to do for now. I'm going to reveal the results of the poll, by the way. And it looks like the winner is Onslaught. You guys think Onslaught is going to win? 2-1 was the vote. All right, Johanna moving deep on this backline. Gonna get a condemn onto Rising Star and Roya. Chromie trying to put some blast in. Does connect on Medivh. There's a taunt onto Johanna. Aegis is going to be used as well. Polybomb is there now. So no Iron Skin for a moment. Does she have it yet? Hanzo trying to rip through the Dragon's Arrow, and a great heal by Ariel, keeping Johanna alive at the last moment. So that's an ult for an ult. The Aegis was used as well as a Dragon's Arrow. And the Aegis was used too. So actually 2 ults down on the side of Onslaught. We'll see if there's any sort of Riptire that can be played. But with the health bar so high, and again, we see one good spread picked up by Stukov. It's just so easy to sustain heals on this bottom side for Hot Boys that Onslaught just, like, there's really nothing they can do. The Junkrat's not enough damage. The Chromie has to be it. But they're not finding what they need quite yet. We do see now 50 stacks for Alarak on his Chaos Reign, so that's still working alive. Taunt again, and Polybomb again, and Silence this time! Will they get Johanna? No, she sidesteps out, is able to use her Iron Skin. This is a recurring theme now with the taunt on Johanna, trying to burst her down, but they just can't do it. There's too many defensive tools in Johanna's kit to keep her alive, and she's finding ways to live. There's a great pledge shield. Now trying to protect the team is Varian moving in. The concussion mine's in a great spot. Will it get popped? Varian moving away. There's a Riptire, but the portal going to move players back to safety. Will there be a shield? It is. The shield is actually reabsorbed by Medivh. Now bottom is owned. Oh, wow. The gank attempt came. I didn't even see it. Hanzo moved up top. They killed Alarak. So they now do control the top side, and this could be the opening Hot Boys needs to get in this game. They've done such a great job on this bottom shrine all game, and here they go, moving on to it. And they are going to capture bottom. Who's going to move towards the dragon at mid? But moving on bottom is Johanna. She's playing very aggressive. Medivh up in the air. I don't think there's nearly enough damage. There's a Polybomb on Johanna. The Silence is played on the backside as well. There's an Iron Skin once again from Johanna. She's very low, but breaking the Silence is Stukov. She's trying to get away. Taunted again. There's the Aegis to protect through the taunt, but absolutely burst it down. There was not much they could do. The hope bar was just too low from Ariel to sustain through any of that. Both of the shrines are controlled, and now moving on to the captures. Coach Zach, will that interrupt? But Junkrat's bomb hits a wall. Hanzo in the dragon. This is the first dragon of the game. 13 minutes into it, 17 to 15. That was a very, very long first phase. And now we're going to start seeing some structure damage finally with no tank on the side of Onslaught. This is going to be great for Hot Boys. Yeah, first DK, Rising Star, you see it there in chat. How did it go that long? But bot lane is priority right now for Hot Boys. They're going to rip through this fort quickly and start working on this bottom keep, it appears.
Red team has destroyed a fort.
Fort down, Dragon Knight still healthy, 45 seconds left on its timer. Whacking away at this top. And in a weird position here's Johanna. The Polybomb coming out. Again, solo onto Johanna. Bless Shield, a double Discord strike onto two members there. The reabsorption played on the Riptire, so it's going to heal up Frost and Rising, but silence played again by Alarak. There's a protect by Varian trying to stay alive. Dragon on the backside trying to peel for his team. Actually kills the Johanna. The concussion mine knocking Junkrat into a really weird spot. The Aegis is going to keep him alive, but Dragon Arrow will seal the deal. 2 for nothing now. 8 to nothing on the board for Hot Boys in this game. No kills yet for Onslaught. And this has been a totally different game. And this is the pick from Hot Boys. They came in and said, we want to play Dragonshire. Here they are on Dragonshire, doing so well so far, in complete control of the bottom lane. They didn't win top lane until Hanzo moved up onto Alarak. But Icarus did enough to keep his structure somewhat sturdy, so it's not too much of a big deal that they're losing the lane, because of course Alarak can't siege that hard, but he's able to control through this Thrall. Chromie does have 107 stacks now on Sandblast, so late game she will be a beast. Of course, we see Chaos Reigns is completed for Alarak. So he should have a bit of sadism, currently at 93, not a ton. Let's look at some more of these talents. We see Banner of Dalaran, which will give some spell power to his team, which I'm assuming they want for Medivh. I guess Q-build Thrall as well, who's now gone into Thunderstorm at 16. So close to 20s is Hot Boys, and that will really help them win this bottom and top altar phase here. They're just looking to get some safe XP for now. Thrall playing forward, gonna get silenced again, but he's able to heal himself so much. Went into a Spirit Shield at level 13 too, so he can protect through a temporal loop from Chromie if that's what he wants to do. Level 20s though, here they are. Guardian of Purest Fall. Oh, wow. A great taunt there onto the Ariel, and she can do nothing to save herself because the silence was there. Next falling low is Johanna, but she'll be able to get behind her wall to safety. Here's a couple Siege Giants. Do they want to stay here and siege on the backs of this? I'd love to see them do it. They had the opportunity, but they have now given it away. There's a taunt, though? Yeah, the taunt's going to connect on Johanna, and now that's 2 down. 2 down for Onslaught. And with all that momentum, they can really work down this keep, and it looks like that's what they want to do. Here it goes. They have a minion wave with them. They have a Globus about to spawn for them. They're going to pick that up as well. And this is time to start working on this bottom fort. Are they going to get enough damage here in 11 seconds before a healer comes up? I don't think there's enough that Junkrat can do here. He didn't go into spread volley, so his defensive sieging is really not that great. Chromie here though, however, and they're going to respect her and move away. Thrall has opportunity to move on top, and there he goes. Icarus trying to capture the top as we speak. Alarak making his move up there, but it's going to be too late. Medivh's going to try to put vision on this, and he does. He gets vision on Alarak. Hanzo's here going to try to rip through it. Polybomb's played. There's the taunt, and that is a dead Alarak. Going to lose some sadism stacks, and Onslaught is going to lose another dragon because they were not able to seal it away on the bottom. But in trouble is Roya. Will there be a play? Oh, great shielding there just in time by Rising, even though an attack was not made by the Chromie. There's a portal aggressive, only taken by Medivh. He does have reabsorption, gets so much of his health back. There's Aegis played onto Ariel. She has a full hope bar, but is she going to get taunted here? I think taunt's available, and it is. It's a dead Ariel, and oh, wow, you hate to see it. Booting away that low health Johanna. She's going to be able to hearth and get back in this fight. But what's not going to be able to get back in this fight is this bottom keep, the first keep of the game, taken away and it's Hot Boys now marching on to core. This Dragon Knight still has 45 seconds, 33% health. He's going to try to get through this shielding, and Johanna's the only one here that's really going to be able to do much, but she's taunted, and going to have to walk through the silence and is going to die. Johanna has fallen, 2 members down, no tank, no heals. Here's a Riptire. It's going to be, yeah, not doing too much. Rising Star takes a ton of damage, but again, Stukov here with 1 good spread. These guys are going to be alive in no time, and the shielding's down on core now. We'll see if they can find another kill or maybe find a way to get in here. Wow, what a great counter-strike, but not enough. Here's a Temporal Loop. Will this be enough? No, because she didn't have her combo. 2 orbs now picked up by Hot Boys, and this could be all they need. The Protect is going to give Frost a little bit more of his HP back, 30%, 20%, and ladies and gents, we got a 1-1 split here after Hot Boys are going to take this map. Dragonshire was their play, and Dragonshire was their day. Congratulations to Hot Boys taking the split here up against Onslaught, who Hot Boys came in as the underdog, and they pulled it off here 14-0 in terms of kills there. And I'm going to try to pull in Rising Star for an interview, because that was a really great performance here in game number 2. And again, it's his Medivh play that we see for the 4th game in a row that is leading this squad to victory. So give me a moment. Let me see if I can get Rising in here. Alright, just waiting on Rising to show up. See if he can get here. Alright, I'm going to try to get both Rising and Frost in here. Looks like they're just finishing up their GGs with their team, and now joining me.
Fast forward, Murda.
Hey, can you hear me?
Hello.
Okay.
Hey. Congratulations, map number 2, 14-0 on kills. What a performance. Let me talk about map number 1 first. We saw Volskaya Foundry, and we saw a pretty beefy front line for them with Stitches and Garrosh. What's the thought there?
I didn't like Garrosh. Like, I just don't. It was a little sad. I think we had the early game. We just we made just errors, like big ones.
Yeah, the Garrosh seemed like an issue. There's a few times he had a couple great tosses with the taunt. It was just, yeah, it's tough. And the Stitches in the solo lane, not too common, but did a decent job holding his own up against Phoenix. What I want to talk about, a couple times, especially towards the late game, we saw a few plays tried to be made with the Mosh Pit, and the swipes coming out over top of it. Is that something where
Miscommunication.
just a bit of miscommunication? Yeah, because it looked like you had a few great opportunities that Deathmosh got value on multiple occasions and just weren't quite able to get the kills there.
Don't mention it. Roy's already mad at himself enough.
All right.
Like, he's watching right now, and he's just,
He's already sick, so it's just like,
yeah.
Well, Roya,
Yeah,
if you're in chat, man, don't take it too hard on yourself. Your performance in game number 2 is pretty good. We're gonna get there next. I didn't get to talk to you guys last night because it was a replay cast, but what a great showing up against Regen Red. You took the 2-0 there. I want to talk about these 2 heroes that we've seen now 4 games in a row, at least on my stream. It is Stukov and Medivh. Just go ahead and give me some thoughts here.
to put it as Coach Zach would say, we're going to keep hitting you with fireballs until you prove to us you can't get hit by fireballs. We're going to just keep doing what works. And if that means that people start banning it because they feel like it's too much of a threat, then that's one way to go about it. But until, why fix something that isn't broken?
Yeah, absolutely. I see that your choice has been reabsorption over Circle of Healing, even up against a Junkrat Riptire. You confident with reabsorption as the best talent on that tier?
Um, I think it's actually pretty situational. I just think like teams have been throwing a lot of burst damage to us, and let's say a few times like Frost would have his own protect down or something, and I would just tell him like just keep going, and then he would bait like really hard hitting spells,
Yep.
and it just heals your tank up like so much.
Yeah, and I guess
'Cause, like
I also guess it's fair into a Chromie with Temporal Loop to have it, you know?
well, if I was scared of that, I would pick Enduring Will. It's more just I think I get like it. It's, reabsorption helps you the most out of all of them for like the non-burst damage, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Circle Protection is kind of like I don't want to call it a gimmick, but it feels like it's more just like you all portal in, you press Alt W, and then the enemy dies. But
Yeah.
I feel like it's counterable and it's predictable. Whereas in reabsorption, it's just always good if you hit good Ws.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's talk about map number 2. It was Dragonshire. You guys selected the map, obviously showing some confidence there. I think the first dragon, what was it, level 17 you guys had? It was super late into the game. Was it 17 or maybe it was like 15? But either way,
I think.
yeah, it was super late into the game, and we saw a huge prioritization from you guys to just keep that bottom lane wave pushed up towards their wall so they couldn't make the aggressive push onto that bottom shrine. Thrall had, I wouldn't say a lot of trouble, but a bit of trouble moving on to the top shrine the entire game. And it wasn't until Hanzo made that rotation up there. So were you guys trying to find avenues to get Hanzo there in the first place? Or like really what was your strategy? Was it just hold bottom as long as we can and find a kill? Or
We felt that we scaled extremely well into the late game and that our power would just come naturally through that. So if they wanted to not force the issue and just say, hey, we're going to soak, then we were completely fine with it.
right.
And it wasn't really an issue with having Hanzo get up there. There was multiple times where he came back down the bottom lane or he got level camp or something. It was more of just like we were fine stalling, it seemed.
You don't win Dragonshire by getting a Dragonite. You win it by winning, like by stalling Dragonite so long that you win the map.
Right. Yeah, I mean, of course, once you did get the dragon, that's when it really opened up, and you were able to get through the fort, through the keep wall. You picked up a couple more kills, and really, I think the struggling point for them was having an Ariel healer. Do you think that was their detriment there in game number 2?
It really surprised us. Like, we all took a second and went, wait, what?
I like Ariel, but I just don't like the battery with it. Like Chromie's not a battery, like
Right.
at all.
Yeah,
She
especially.
shoots once every 12 seconds, so it's iffy.
Yeah,
If they had
especially.
Junkrat, maybe?
Yeah, they still had a Malfurion available up against a Varian with a taunt. Would have been nice to see, just like a Twilight Dream come out on something like that. But yeah, Ariel was the play. It caught me off guard as well, and I think I agree with you. There wasn't really the correct battery there for it, and you guys took pretty good advantage of it. Stukov with one good spread was out healing Ariel by a factor of 2 to 1 by the end of the game. 99k healing for Stukov, only 45k for Ariel.
I will say there was a couple of times where Crystal Aegis did come out really well. So I do.
Oh yeah,
applaud
Crystal
that.
Ages were great. Like that's like it's definitely a good Ariel player. Like it's definitely not like a character like him on that hero problem. It's definitely just like that didn't have any synergy.
Sure.
Like if that was like
Those
if they had
Chromie
like
W's and Qs started getting really scary.
Right.
okay, so in the early game I started trading Chromie for Qs. Like I got one stack, then she I got 2 stacks, then got you 1 stack, then I got 1 stack, then she got a stack. I was just trying to beat her to finishing the quest, and that that ended up like working out, but it did make it really scary once like she had like 100 something, like I think she got like 80 something stacks or something.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point I had like I have to fucking protect every single combo she does, or there's literally nobody that's gonna live.
Right. So after last night and today, you guys collected 4 points in the standings, which puts you at 6. I believe that should put you within the runnings for the playoffs now. I don't know if Onslaught played their other match this week or not, but
They did. They played against Buzz, Kicks, and they lost.
Okay, so that puts you now above Onslaught. They are at 5 points. You are at 6 points. So moving up the standings, who do you guys have next week? Do you know? And if so, what are you doing in preparations for that match?
We're up against Something Heroic and Project.
All right.
And Project is, I can't figure out how good they are. Like, it's difficult.
Yeah,
'Cause-
I know they had a forfeit this week against Regen Red.
The exact same with Onslaught. They also had a match they just didn't play, so it's very hard
Mm-hmm.
gauging those teams. And there's also because a lot of it's random, like the schedule's random. So not everybody plays like the same teams first.
Sure.
So for example, if you played against Fallen Esports and Squad 9, and you won, like you beat Fallen, but you lost to Squad 9, and I don't know, like if they, I don't know how that matchup ends until I actually see the direct matchup between Fallen and the other team,
Right.
because I don't know how teams scale at this point of the season, basically because so much of it is like so many teams are new.
Right. Yeah, there are a lot of teams at the top that are showing a lot of strength. Married with Children 5-0, Duratan's Couch 4-2-0, House of Shez 4-2-0, and Hand Banana 4-0-1. So there's quite a bit of a gap between the top 4 and the next 4. Is this the sort of strategies you guys are going to be using up against those teams when you're going up against them? Are you trying to run your meta and bring it to them, or are you going to try to adapt when you play against these teams?
We full on expect them to be able to dodge fireballs, so we're kind of adapting.
Okay.
Yeah, but if they're not, then still hit them with it.
All right, so
Quarter circle down B, it always works.
that's all the questions I have for you guys. I do want to say congratulations again there on map number 2, taking that big win. Before I let you go, my friends, I want to give you an opportunity to have the floor and give some shout outs.
You can do Frost.
All right, shout out to Icarus. He's one of our main DPS players. He was doing really well on Greymane and Thrall in the top lane this evening. He's been extremely well-rounded, I think. He is very much like, hey, when we're practicing, let's go. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. Zach's new to the roster, but he's extremely nice. He's always like, he's very cool-headed. He wants to get things done, get them done right. And then we have Roya, the support player, who's currently dying. So, we always want to try and make sure he's all right. And then we have the captain or whatever. He's cool, I guess.
Oh, I don't like that guy. I hate him.
I know, right?
Yeah. Who plays Medivh anyway?
Right?
So just some nobody, like, honestly.
But yeah, we've been having a lot of fun. It's a new routine. We're all getting to know each other. All getting to know each other's playstyles, and we're having quite a bit of fun with it.
Well, you guys will be getting your invitation to the Regen Invitational. I hope you're excited for that. I want to thank Skyarch Hots for the 500 bits this evening, going directly towards that prize pool. Remember, if you want to see that event happen, don't be afraid to throw some bits in chat. Every bit will go towards the prize pool when we run that event. Frost and Rising, thank you so much for joining me for this interview. It was a pleasure.
Thanks for having us in Caston.
Heck yeah, man.
Yeah. It is 5:30 a.m. I'm going to bed.
All right, I'll sign us off. I'm Murda. That's been Frost and Rising. Thank you so much for stopping in this evening. We will see you on Sunday.